Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about hypothyroidism. We all know thyroid gland synthesize and secretes thyroid hormones which are very essential for various metabolic reactions and processes occurring in our body. But in some cases there is decreased secretion of the thyroid hormones by the gland which causes hypothyroidism. So decrement in the secretion of the thyroid hormones is known as hypothyroidism. Now depending on the etiology or depending on the cause of the hypothyroidism, we have two types of hypothyroidism disease, that is primary hypothyroidism and secondary hypothyroidism. Let's have a quick recap that how the thyroid gland is stimulated to secrete the thyroid hormones. In our previous video also we discussed that hypothalamus secretes the thyrotropin releasing hormone, the TRH hormone, and this TRH hormone stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete the thyroid stimulating hormone, the TSH, and this TSH hormone binds to the TSH receptors present on the thyroid glands and stimulate the thyroid gland to secrete the thyroid hormone. So this was a normal functioning. But what happens in the primary hypothyroidism? Primary hypothyroidism is caused by the disorder of thyroid gland itself. So because of the disorder of the thyroid gland itself, there is reduced amount of thyroid hormone formation and secretion by the thyroid gland. And the secondary hypothyroidism is caused by the diseases of the anterior pituitary and the hypothalamus, resulting into reduced amount of thyroid hormone secretion by the thyroid gland. So we have two types of hypothyroidism. In the primary hypothyroidism, there is disorder of the thyroid gland which is causing decreased secretion of the thyroid hormones by the gland. And in the secondary hypothyroidism, there is disorder in the hypothalamus and or pituitary gland which is resulting into decreased or no stimulation on the thyroid gland, resulting into reduced amount of thyroid hormone secretion by the gland. Now what are the clinical features seen in the hypothyroid patient? So over here remember the clinical features of the hypothyroid patient depends on the age. Okay, at which age there is deficiency manifesting in the patient, and also it depends on the duration and the severity of the disease. So on the basis of the age, or we can say on the basis of the deficiency manifestation, we have two types of clinical entities, that is infantile hypothyroidism and the adult hypothyroidism. As the name says, infantile hypothyroidism, so it occurs when the thyroid deficiency occurs during the first year of life. As the name says, infantile hypothyroidism, so it will occur during the first year of life. And over here as the name says, adult hypothyroidism, so it will of course occur in the adults. This infantile hypothyroidism is also known as cretinism, and adult hypothyroidism is also known as the myxedema. So first of all, let's discuss about the cretinism or the infantile hypothyroidism. I told you before also, because of the deficiency of the thyroid hormone during the first year of life, cretinism occurs. So in cretinism, deficiency occurs during the first year of life, and this cretinism is characterized by mental retardation, growth retardation, pot belly, protruding tongue, flat nose, dry skin and sparse hair. So over here remember, in the cretinism, mental retardation along with the growth retardation is observed, and this occurs during the first year of life. Now we'll discuss about the myxedema or the adult hypothyroidism. Now the myxedema basically occurs in the adults when there is deficiency of the thyroid hormones occurring in the adult. It results into myxedema. Now why it is called as myxedema? Because there is infiltration of the skin by the myxedematous tissue, resulting into cutaneous and dermal edema secondary to the increased deposition of the connective tissue components. Now what are the characteristic features seen in the myxedema? General features include tiredness and weight gain. Now because of the decrement in the thyroid hormone secretion, the body basal metabolic rate decreases, and we all know the BMR, the basal metabolic rate, is maintained by the thyroid hormones, and because of the decrement in the BMR, the patient will actually gain weight. And so even if the patient is taking very less calorie in his or her diet, the patient will gain weight because of the decrement in the metabolism of the body. And also because of the decreased BMR, there will be decreased heat production by the body, causing the chills and shivering. Also there is intolerance to cold and decreased sweating seen in the hypothyroid patient. Cardiovascular features and symptoms includes the bradycardia, hypertension, pericardial effusion, And also, sometimes precipitation of the angina is seen in the myxedema patient. Dermatological features and symptoms includes dry thick skin, sparse hair, and also non-pitting edema. And these symptoms are due to the infiltration by the myxedematous tissue as seen in the myxedema patient. The neuromuscular features and symptoms includes slowing down of the movement, speech and thoughts. The patient will always feel lethargy and sleepy. There is also delayed relaxation of the ankle jerk seen. Aches and pains are very common, and also pressure palsy of the peripheral nerves resulting into carpal tunnel syndrome are seen in the myxedema patient. Reproductive features and symptoms includes menorrhagia, infertility, impotence, or galactorrhea. Gastrointestinal features includes constipation and adynamic ileus. Constipation is common, but the adynamic ileus is less common. In the adynamic ileus, there is failure of the passage of the enteric contents from the small bowel and colon. Hematological features includes anemia and its related symptoms. Now also in the hypothyroid disease, there is one more important term, that is the Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Now in the Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the autoimmune system attacks the thyroid gland, and because of the attacking of the immune system, or we can say autoimmune system on the thyroid gland, in the initial stage of the Hashimoto's thyroiditis, there is inflammation occurring in the thyroid gland because of the attacking of the immune system, or we can say autoimmune system on the thyroid gland. And because of the inflammation, there is excess of thyroid hormone produced and secreted by the thyroid gland. And over time, the inflammation of the thyroid gland prevents the thyroid gland itself to produce and secrete the thyroid hormone, resulting into hypothyroidism. So remember, initially in the Hashimoto's thyroiditis, there is hyperthyroidism seen in the patient because of the inflammation occurring in the thyroid gland, resulting into excess thyroid hormone secretion. And in the later stage, over time, this inflammation causes decrement in the production and the secretion of the thyroid hormone, resulting into hypothyroidism. And the symptoms over here are the same as we discussed previously. As Hashimoto's thyroiditis is actually an autoimmune disorder, so particular medicine of it is not available, but it can be reduced by acupuncture, yoga, by attaining a healthy lifestyle and healthy diet, regular exercise and stress management. So today up till here, I hope you understood it well. Thank you so much.